Hello, I'm Coco Waldenmayer, Managing Broker of Engel & Volkers in Naples. Let's take 5 minutes to talk about capturing international buyers and shepherding their transaction all the way to the closing table. There are 6 things international buyer must understand to successfully complete a U.S. real estate transaction. Number 1, the buyer must understand how the MLS works, meaning that A, MLS memberships gives you, their agent, access to all the data about all the homes for sale in the market, and B, that board and MLS membership is a contract of cooperation between you, their agent, and all the other agents in the marketplace. Incidentally, most foreign buyers do not realize the seller pays the commission, and you will want to make that clear as well. Number 2, the international buyer must understand the concept of agency and the duties you owe them when you enter into an agency relationship. If you're a single agent, you will want to explain the difference between single and transaction broker. If you're a transaction broker, have them sign the optional disclosure form and use that opportunity to go over the professional commitment called for by that type of agency. Number 3, the most confounding aspect of our transaction for an international buyer is that once signed by the seller, an offer becomes a contract. In most countries, an offer is equivalent to a letter of intent that does not obligate the person making the offer. And contractual obligations only become effective following the writing and signing by both parties of a completely separate document, otherwise known as the contract, and typically written by an attorney. So be sure to thoroughly explain the offer to contract process to your international buyer if you want the transaction to progress smoothly to the post-offer phase. Number 4, while explaining the contract terms, be sure to explain the legal meaning of time is of the essence. Highlight all the contingency timelines as a way of illustrating the importance of observing time frames. Explain the consequences of missing deadlines. Many cultures are not as time sensitive as we are, and you will run into issues with international buyers if you fail to communicate the difficulties they may encounter if they ignore the time is of the essence principle. Number 5, money is a perplexing and emotional matter. Realize that A, your international buyers will probably need to exchange and wire money from overseas. Refer them to a service to transfer and hold their funds early in the process so that daily currency fluctuations do not become an issue. B, ensure they have at least their earnest money funds easily accessible in the U.S. before writing an offer. C, explain that the closing agent is an independent third party. International buyers are accustomed to walking into an attorney's office to deposit the earnest money funds, and the trustworthiness of the closing agent concept may not be obvious to them. Remember that to the foreign buyer, the HUD is a mystifying document. Request a preliminary HUD early on in the process and enroll the assistance of the closing agent to explain its components to the buyers. This will avoid panic attacks dangerously close to the closing date. If your international buyer needs or wants a loan, it is imperative you refer them to several lenders specialized in foreign borrower products before showing them property. Foreign borrower loan requirements are hurdles your buyer will have to overcome before you and they can move confidently towards a successful transaction. And number 6, along with your expertise and that of a lender, international buyers are likely to need the services of an accountant and an attorney specialized in issues such as residency and immigration rules or entity formation and the resulting tax consequences. As you serve the needs of international buyers, make sure you do not inadvertently practice law or accounting. Select and work with a team of knowledgeable professionals that will support your efforts and provide the advice your buyer will need in their pursuit to become a U.S. homeowners.